got to prove my man wrong. I'ma play this thing strong. You gon' take your pants off. Lord have mercy. Good morning. How's everybody? Welcome back to another video. If you don't know, my name is Nurse KP. This is your first time here, welcome to my channel. If it's not, welcome back to my channel. And thank you for taking the time to watch another video of mine. Today's topic is going to be a nursing topic. I saw this and I thought I should speak on it because it's another experience that I've had for myself. And today's topic was going to be, so you want to be a travel nurse? Where do you start? What do you do? What do you need to know? I'm just going to go off of my experience from when I traveled and just talk a little bit about, you know, what to expect, what to look for, what to do, what not to do. So my first order of business is, I would say that have your affairs in order and have your experience. When I say have your experience, to be honest with you, a minimum of 2 years. Have your 2 years of experience under your belt before you decide to take that leap into travel nursing, because it is a lot. 2 years of experience, I highly recommend at a minimum, like I say, because when you go into these facilities, you don't know what you're getting into. So the experience is what matters. And a lot of new nurses, not all, but a lot of new nurses do come on board out of nursing school under the guise of a contract, and most of them be a year or two. 1 year nursing experience, personally for me, is not enough, because travel nursing is a beast. And it ain't gonna always be peaches and cream wherever you go. So with that being said, please have your 2 years experience, minimum. When I started traveling, I was already a nurse for 5 years. And it helped a lot. So, experience matters. Because you're on your own. You in there MacGyvering it. You in there in the trenches, baby, in some of these facilities. And you got to get it how you live. So with that being said, get your experience. Another thing, as far as your experience, along with that, you need to have your paperwork in order. You need to have your physical. You need to have your certifications, your BLS, ACLS. If you do PEDS or whatever, PALS, have all of your basic certifications. Have your license in order. I'm not gonna say unrestricted, because if you're licensed, you're licensed, okay? So have your license, have your PPD up to date, have your shots up to date, have your records. Please have records in hand, ready to hand over to the agencies. So that, because they're going to ask for they want your immunization history, they want your updated PPD, or if you don't have a PPD, quantiferon. That's the blood test for TB. And I prefer to do the quantiferon because I don't have to come back. I don't like coming back to get my TB test read. I don't. I hate it with a passion. So if they don't offer it to you, ask your facility to do the quantiferon, or ask or go out on your own to a lab and see if they offer quantiferon. And if you don't have it, the agency that you're trying to come on board with, ask them to pay for your quantiferon. That way, you know, it's good for a year. The quantiferon Go, ask them, it's good for a year. You can take it with you to other assignments. Licenses, immunization, certification. Another thing, when you want to decide to be a travel nurse, networking is very important. And I'm going to say networking is very important because it can put you in touch directly with recruiters, especially if they're a good recruiter, because not all recruiters are good. Some recruiters are shady. Not a dig to y'all, but some of y'all are shady. And that'll be able to put you on with who to come to, who to avoid, you know. who to come to, who to avoid, and who to be with, who's on your side, and who's going to get you the contracts. Recruiters do matter because it's for the reputation of the agency that you're going to be working for. The interview process. If it look good on paper, I promise you, you're going to be landing and sticking these positions. Every travel nurse position that I've applied for, I've received. The interview part is important. They just want your personality versus the paper. And be up to date on all of your skills, because they're going to see your skills, because agencies want you to have all your skills listed. And so you need to be up to date on your skills. And another thing, please do not lie about your skill set. Because if the situation comes up and you said that you had that skill, that's going to be a problem. I want you to maintain your skill set and don't lie about it, because in the world of nursing, your license is on the line. You need to go into work every day like your license is on the line. When I say you need to go into work every day like your license is on the line, that means do everything the right way, go by the book, do the policies and procedures, because it varies from facility to facility. If you're not familiar with it, please get familiar with the policies and procedures of the facility. Even if it's just you. What the fuck? These people driving so fucking slow. Hold on. What's wrong with you? You driving so slow. Anyway, people trying to get to work. Policies and procedures are important. So when somebody tell you something, you better be able to say, show me the policy on it. Or if it's something you're not familiar with, you need to be able to locate the policies and procedures. Now I'm going to tell you this. These facilities, some of them do not give you an orientation. You may have a minimum of 4 hours orientation, or you may even go through the week-long hospital orientation. I got some issues going on right now. These facilities can give you 4 hours orientation or week-long orientation. So you better be able to locate the policies and procedures of that facility once you secure the job. Now, another thing, like I say, I'm going to be all over the place because I don't have it mapped out and lined out. I'm driving. I just wanted to come to y'all right quick and just give you a quick video. Another thing is be proficient in your specialty area, a procedure area. Please be proficient. This is why 2 years experience or more matters when you decide to travel nurse. A lot of y'all just want the bag, but y'all need to know that, you know, sometimes it ain't worth giving up your license to get this bag. So please be proficient in your specialty area. If you do ICU, med surg, procedures, telemetry, please be knowledgeable. Be proficient on your skill set, because it is important. Because like I said, some of these facilities, you're on your own. Another thing that I want to hone in on is my specialty is med surg telemetry. Now on the telemetry side, we do telemetry monitoring, so that's why you need your ACLS. We start drips in telemetry, but we do not titrate drips. I've started amiodarone drips, cardine drips. I've started what is that? Start with a P, child. Can't think of it. Primacor drips. I've started drips, but we cannot titrate them. So if you are a med surg telemetry nurse, when you decide to go to a travel assignment, please clarify with these facilities what their telemetry consists of, because I've noticed that when you say you're a med surg telemetry nurse and they try to get you a telemetry contract, you have to clarify if their telemetry is step down. Because some of these facilities, telemetry is step down. This is where they titrate cardiac drips. This is where they titrate drips. You know, we don't titrate no drips. We start the drips, but we don't titrate the drips. And I want y'all to be able to know this. So if you're a med surg telemetry nurse and you, Hey, get your ass on your side of the road. If you are a med-surg telemetry nurse, please clarify what telemetry is at that facility, because I almost got a contract in a telemetry unit, but it was like at a heart hospital where they did like heart surgeries and carotid endarterectomies and thrombectomies and stuff like that. Their telemetry was step down. So I told the recruiter, I need you to clarify with this facility if it is actually step down and if they titrate drips on that unit, because if they do, I cannot take this contract. And they clarified, and I was unable to take the contract. But however, they did find me another contract. So that's something that I want to, very important, because like I say, your license is on the line. Don't get in these people's facilities acting like you know what you're doing and you don't, because they gonna know, they gonna pick up on it. And it ain't peaches and cream at every facility. Some people treat travelers like trash. One contract I worked ended up turning to an HCA hospital. Y'all know about HCA hospitals. Baby, I would never do another contract at an HCA hospital. I would never. Highly don't recommend it. But if you do, that's on you. Get your bag. However, it was bad. And if you don't know the charting systems, let me tell you how they got my ass. They said we use Cerner. Well, I said, oh, I use Cerner because at the facility that was my home facility, we use Sorian Cerner. Girl, I did not know that Cerner and Sorian Cerner was not the same thing. So you better know the difference in between all of these computer charting systems. I've used Epic. I've used Meditech. I've used the Meditech. I call it binary Meditech with the mnemonics. I've used that Meditech. I've used the Meditech Christus used with the color Meditech. I've used that Meditech. I've used Cerner. I've used Sorian Cerner. And I currently use Expanse. I've never used like McKesson or anything like that. But when they say, so when you interview with these facilities, please ask them what computer charting system do they use. And if it's a computer charting system that they use that you're not familiar with, you better know where to put a note in there. If you don't know where to chart it, you better know where to put a note in. If you just don't know nothing else, know where to put your notes in there, because you have to chart. If you haven't charted, it's not done. It may not be in the right place, but when they go to research that chart, you got a note in, that's gonna save you. So I'm just saying, like, they say chart by exception, so you click the boxes, clicky boxes and all of that. That's fine and cool and dandy, but at a minimum, know where to put a note in. And I'm gonna tell you that for sure. And I'm gonna tell you, that's important. Know where to put a note in. Because when they got my ass with that Cerner and Sorian Cerner situation, I quickly learned how to chart on the system. But if it was something I didn't know how to chart or where to put it, baby, I put a note in. And I picked up very fast. Because with their computer charting system, we went to training, but we literally got 4 hours of computer charting training. So we ain't finna go 8 to 5 for 2 days on how to chart. We gonna get these 4 hours and then y'all on your own. And that's literally how it was. It was like really no real orientation. We had like no hospital orientation. So I had to find out where to find the policies and procedures. And I had to quickly, grasp the concept of how to chart in their computer charting system. Now, for me, the best computer charting system is Epic, and I will always say it's Epic, and I wish every hospital across the country use Epic because it communicates with other facilities. So when you got somebody in Timbuktu and they use Epic at their facility and they come to you, you can pull their records. You can pull their records, and you can put things together. I love Epic. That's just the best for me. But Epic is one of the most expensive computer charting systems. So that's why a lot of facilities don't have it. So if they ain't got it, they ain't got money. Boo-boo. I crack myself up sometimes. Another thing with travel nursing, you there to do your job and go home. That's all you there to do. Take care of these folks and go home. It's okay to make friends and it's okay to play nice, but you know, you still don't go in with a hostile mentality to these facilities, because some facilities are welcoming of travelers. They know you're there to help. For me, what I see is that when I notice when a facility uses travelers, I see it as, why are you using travelers? Especially when they have a lot of travelers. Like, why are you using travelers? Like, why don't you have a staff? What is the problem with the retention around here? And that lets me know that something is going on with that facility. And, yeah, you just need to do your job and get in and get out. Another thing with scheduling, when I secure the contract, I let them know we all want block scheduling. These people know this when they hire you, that you want block scheduling, because what will happen is I will go back and forth from home to the hospital on my days off. So I needed block scheduling. And they don't really want to give it to you, but when they're desperate, they'll give it to you. And it got to a point in the middle of the contract where I ended up working a 6 and 8 schedule. So I would work Thursday, Friday, Saturday for my 1 week, and Sunday, Monday, Tuesday for my next week, and I would be off for 8 days. So I would work 6 days straight, be off for 8 days, and I'll come home. And I love that schedule because I still got paid for my 2 weeks, and I got my check, and I was done, and I was off for 8 days. So I was able to come home like a fool, work my PRN, but that's neither here nor there. But if you got a PRN, you know, you can go work at another facility. If you just that deep into getting your money, you can go work a whole nother contract. And eventually, when you're proficient in travel nursing, some people do work 2 contracts at the same time. So that's why a lot of people like block scheduling. I don't recommend it, but if that's you and that's your thing, I applaud you for doing it, but I'm not doing it. I'm not. So 6 and 8 is great for me. So if you like block scheduling, I would, you know, and always get a copy of the schedule. That way, when they try to play you and change your days and be like, oh, well, you should have got it, you should have, you know, check the schedule. Well, that ain't the schedule I have. So I always have a copy of the schedule, because what will happen is they'll try to no call, no show, and they'll try to void your contract. And if you have the copy of the schedule on you, take a picture of it, put it in your phone. I prefer take a picture of it instead of just putting the days in your phone. That way you'll have a backup and some concrete evidence that, hey, these are the days that I was down. You cannot put me down for a no call, no show, because some facilities will pull that to try to cancel your contract. Like, some of these facilities, they not travel friendly. They be having it out for the people that come to help them, and I don't understand that wholeheartedly at all. With that being said, because I'm about to pull up and get a little breakfast. With that being said, travel nursing is great. The money is good. And since COVID, the money has been, great. But I cannot travel because I have young children. So, I cannot travel. But I have experience with traveling. So, with that being said, travel nursing is great. And you get to see the world. You get to meet people. And it's wonderful. But to each his own. But I just want you, if you are new to travel nursing, to keep these things in mind. Have your affairs in order. And get out there and get that money. But don't lose your license for the bag. If anybody got any questions, comments, or concern, please place them down below. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, recommend me to your family, your friends, and other people. And I just want to chit chat. If you want to send me a message, you can find me on Instagram at Nurse KP, and it's all one word, NURSEKAYPEA, all one word, Nurse KP on Instagram. And I'll be glad and I'll be looking forward to hearing from you. Until next time, love yourself, love one another, take care of each other, and we're gonna get through this nurse thing called life.